their internal money-making strategy. They don't need to publish that. They just need to, work with numbers that reflect reality a little bit more.
But they made extra money during the pandemic as more people were using their service. So that's now the baseline.
Yeah, true. Netflix needs a biomedical arm.
Oh yeah, I heard I saw a video, but I didn't watch it. So apparently, Disney removed a lot of their team. They laid them off.
Well, yeah, I mean, the whole point of that was you have administration jobs, and you had jobs like I can't say their name because they signed a non-disclosure act with them, but we know someone who worked for them, and it was horrifying.
So now they have like a skeleton crew working on visuals or something like that.
Or a skeleton.
They should make the head in the jar do all the work.
I mean, they probably do have Walt in a jar.
That's my point. Make him do all the work.
You got the 5 minutes left. Get some coffee, settle in.
I've had all the coffee I'm gonna have today, I think.
Already?
Yeah, I was up early. Like 7 o'clock this morning. Yeah.
That's early.
It's early for me.
Yeah.
I think he's on Japanese time because of Final Fantasy XIV.
No.
I cannot stay interested in MMOs. I played it, but I only beat like the first part. Was it like so you get to level 30 or so?
I have a very unique relationship with my attention span.
Is it augmented with diet meth?
It is not actually. I'd probably weigh less if I was about to say I might weigh less if that were the case. No, sometimes I will log in and do mindless inventory management type things while doing something else on my other screen.
I might need this mithril nugget.
Yep.
I need to keep the mithril nugget.
You know my life so well.
That's because I've known you for a long time.
Oh god, I tried to do when I was in. I tried to do like crafting. So with the cloth weaver type stuff, the tailoring. Oh god, that shit took so long because I had to kill like so many spiders for like 4 hours.
First of all,
just to have enough silk.
You chose the most boring craft. First of all.
Oh, you think I just did that? I tried to do them all at once.
Oh, that's even worse. And this is from somebody who has all the crafts at max level now.
Oh, I got that like week 1. You know what I did? I just did the turn-ins and it leveled it up for me.
Oh yeah. I did not do them all at once. There was absolutely no way.
Well, when you just turn an item in and you get free XP and a free level every time, I mean, like, why bother actually grinding it?
Exactly.
The whole point is to get that extra repair buffer from the dark matter.
It's so nice just to be able to repair your own stuff and not, like, pay for it.
You can trade repairs, too. When you get someone inside of a dungeon or a raid where everyone's stuff is, broken, it's just like, 1 million gold, please.
I've never tried charging people for it.
I haven't either.
I
was new, so I don't know nothing about the economy.
I'm extremely happy that in the one closest thing of MMO that I've played the most, Elite Dangerous, the whole vibe of the repairing faction is, hey, we're doing it for free and we do it competitively against each other.
I'll do it for free.
God.
No, I'll do it for more free.
Yeah, they're having leaderboards of rescues for people who ran out of fuel in the vast nothingness of space.
Oh, so it's doing it for the bragging rights of I've been able to do it more. Fair.
Exactly.
Okay. No, that's actually fair.
Yeah.
Altruism at its finest. All right, children.
Competitive altruism.
It's time. It's tax day. We've done this twice before. What do you want to do first? Do you want to do the unpleasant part first, or do you want to do the discussion first? I will let you choose.
I personally am rather neutral on that. I think it's also a thing that's probably best decided by the parties involved.
No names will be said on live. That is part of the rules.
Yeah, I wouldn't object to maybe deciding as a group that it's also maybe a thing that's done during, not during the live or afterwards, potentially.
I can do that too.
Yeah. I mean, for that, I would suggest we just put it somewhere in a text channel if anybody has a preference for that.
It's already there with the book 3 discussion in a separate tab, so you don't even need to read it if it doesn't concern you.
Just the whole putting a preference in either way.
I will always default to what the player wants. All right, so congratulations, you're halfway through the campaign, children. I do a mid-campaign health check, up like I've done with Bloodlord, Strength of Thousands, and other long-term campaigns, because it helps guarantee my time and that your time isn't wasted. So let's make it to the finish line together. I've gone beyond the normal amount for pre-made adventure, and there are some assurances that I expect. I'm having you on hiatus to think about whether or not you want this. I already know I do, and we'll work on the next book's prep while I catch up with the content creation videos on the new rig. New rig is top 99% equipment right now, which means in 6 months, I'll be down to the top 40%. It's sad that way.
Give it a minute.
Yeah, give it a minute. We agreed on the 2-year mark, and I mean to deliver on that, pending work handing me more mandatory overtime, a possible convention that was just canceled. I had no idea No Direction was going to pick up Piazzo Online Con for 2026. It was canceled, and they just, I guess they wanted very much to host it, and we're all discussing things like what the seminars are going to be, who's actually going to be there. And I'll have more info on that in a bit. Whatever else life has in store for us, and I'm no fool. I can't make a horse drink after taking it to water, but I also won't make the horse drown. Other DMs have suggested that to me. I don't think that's a good method. This is going to be the book 3 discussion, different from the workshop I have planned for the midpoint health check. We'll talk about that in a little bit for the halfway point celebration. And quickly, I want to say we had a lot of non-AI materials, which were the borders, the token backings, the dice. Did you guys like the dice at least?
Everything looked fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agreed.
Oh, good. I'm hoping to have more stuff ready for you in book 4. I can't make any promises right now, but I really, really do like the fact that we've been moving away from placeholder, quote unquote, stuff. Just like, like not only to make it ours, but also, like we could show it off that way. Now we just have to get the token for the players to match the style. I mean, like, if Cursing finishes up well in the semester, maybe I could commission him. There's also Miki Okuda. No fancy poses, I think, just, like, heads and stuff. I went the distance as a show of good faith for you guys with some very big requests for our group, and even worked through my birthday this time and my yearly break to make it happen, and I feel like Book 3 delivered on all that. I even learnt CSS to tweak things, and we made our own modules, which is something I don't think many DMs get the chance to do. And we all agreed on one song to license, which was Tomorrow by Michael Giff. I think we'll be getting that to stream for certain. So I'm going to shut up now. It's the usual questions. Go ahead and tell me. And you guys can go in any order you want. You don't have to all talk at once or whatnot. Just let me know, what was the best and worst part of your Book 3 experience?
So, I'll just begin because somebody has to. I personally have rather enjoyed the whole moon station themabob. It was a little bit dungeon crawly, but it had also some good bits, some good RP sprinkled in. I have enjoyed the moon as a concept. For the worst part, I'm not really sure. I'm ambivalent about some things as far as the overarching story goes, but maybe it's just because I have maybe missed some cues earlier on. But there isn't really a horrific part in my opinion.
So no worst part? Book 3 is best book so far?
I mean, it's some things that's in the overarching. I think we'll get to it later with the questions. We get to it later with the questions. There's some things that I'm not quite wrapping my head around. It's a little bit. It went in a weirdly different way, which I'm not quite sure about, but maybe it's handled in a very good way later on that ties it all together.
Okay.
I'm a little bit confuzzled, which is uncomfortable.
That's okay. That's exactly why we have these discussions. I want you to say that.
It could just be me a little bit being stupid.
It's probably not.
Oh, it might be.
I think my favorite part was definitely the time we spent in the valley. I think we learned and speculated a lot, got pre-gap information, info on where the elves went before the calamity, or at least we presume that that's where they went before the calamity. I liked the timelessness of it and the fact that it was all sequestered away from the rest of the environment of the planet to really show the age that we dealt with. I would say for worst, I wouldn't really say there was a worst. I would say more blindsided. I would assume JK is thinking about the same thing I am. I was absolutely not expecting Abadar Corp to be an antagonist at all. I was assuming it was Aspis, and I guess my least favorite would be not really catching on that they were a threat in any capacity.
We will discuss that a little bit down the line and why I made that change. Because there is a specific reason I made that change, and I tied 2 NPCs into it. But I also wanted to mention, you used your advanced projects before you got to the Valley. I thought that was a good use of actually tying them into the story and getting to actually see them out in the field.
Yeah, I think using the external system of building up the colony is a fantastic resource. I think it really adds to the making the colony your own aspect of the campaign, and I think it leads itself very well to this type of adventure where you are really just out doing what you want and you can prioritize what you think will be best for your colony. And I really like, even though that it wasn't continued very much, I like that it has been continued by you through this campaign, because it is very much helps.
As long as you engage with it, I will continue to put effort into it.
Like, if I remember correctly, like, the building is, like, stopped at, like, what, the end of, like, book 2 or so, right?
Book 1.
Book 1? It's a weird choice, since, like, the building aspect of it seems like that should be, like, the focus.
So, if you remember from Ruby Phoenix, remember your lifelong teacher you met in Chapter 1, Book 1 I told you about and asked you where you think her story ended?
Justice for Ingdani.
Compared to what the DM did with her throughout the entire story every time you talked to her?
Yeah. Wait, how long did the are like rivals? Are they like? Did they actually have like a extended story all the way to the end too, or
no?
They just stop.
No.
Well, they're used, but they don't really have much of a story.
Yeah, that's rough.
It is. But what you do matters the most. So if you want something and I see you like something, I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah, that is still amazing that you do that. You go like above and beyond for it.
That's not above and beyond. That's like the bare fucking minimum. But thank you. I appreciate that.
Bare minimum.
Yes.
Bare minimum.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
I guess my favorite part would be between the valley and the moon area, because those was like 2 heavy like lore snippets. And then they're basically like different from like everything else we've fought, like since the drift like creatures was like very much different. I can't remember the Vesk looking lizardly like reptile like creatures. Those was like crystalline, or were they just like they just look sharp? They were like the ghost guys.
Oh, the ghost guys? Those were the Drift Dead. I inserted those and the what was it? The Schema or the Spira for Crash, because he's related to the Drift, and I wanted to show him this is what life looks like in the Drift. This is what death looks like in the Drift. And, you know, maybe that's tying into the story a bit too, because I didn't want him to think that, you know, his connection to the Drift didn't mean anything in the settlement, because we've been working on that in the background a little bit too.
Yeah, I like both of those though. Like especially like the Drift Dead were like a good mix, because I feel like they seem like very much like they should have been there with how you played them.
Oh, good.
Like maybe it'll probably been like weirder if they looked like Aslanti too.
I wish I could have manipulated things around a little bit, but my rig was dying. The cooling system on the processor was gone. It dried up. The sealing thing to the processor dried up as well. The water inside the cooler died as well. So now I have an air cooler on the new rig.
Yeah, but regardless, they kind of made sense for the area, especially like when we like after like since they're like after we found out our dwarven friend can just pop into the drift and make it gassy. Don't do it, please.
Yes, evil methane breathers. Well, I'm really glad you liked that, because I felt like everyone was going to look at the ship and go, starship combat, why do you do this to us, Bramble?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I was playing like the Starfinder 1E combat, and it's like very like I'm curious to see how they would do it in PF2E, but PF1E, like the way I've had it like run, is kind of like they kind of feel like very samey, kind of very boringy with the ship.
Hopefully we'll see different in October.
Yeah. I can't really think of like what I dislike the least. It will probably have to bring back to like book 2 with the spy sort of deal, where it's like we didn't really know, like it really wasn't that important of a deal until like this book, but we found out that we had like a spy in like book 2.
Yep. You'll also find out that you have spies in book 4, because book 4 is all about Directive 9, where you guys get to take on the role of spies, maybe. It's Kuzan's big moment to become a battle maiden, battle sage, Valkyrie.
Battle
what
Saint.
Are you again? Yeah, battle
Saint. Yeah.
Battle Saint.
Directive 9 is gonna. Directive 9 is gonna be an interesting thing. For reasons that are in my answers later.
Good. So, best and worst?
The best for me was pretty much I liked everything between Plostoff and the Valley. I mean, the moon was great too, but like, being able to fight dinosaurs was pretty great.
I'm glad.
Also, laser wolves. That was great too.
And you have a dog now.
I do.
He has an entire pack.
The only thing that I can think of that I didn't really vibe with, I guess, was the Ayadara hazard.
Finally, a worst. Okay.
But I think it's more because I think I just have an issue with hazards in general.
So this one wasn't a hazard in the original book. I had to turn it into a hazard because it's an environmental effect, meaning that you guys would have died in mental damage before you even reached the damn thing.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, so how does that work in like Starfinder 1E? Because I don't think I've run into like environmental hazards too much when I played it. Although I've only played like 2 games of it.
So remember when you were drowning?
Oh yeah.
Imagine that with mental damage.
I mean, Kuzan can only do so much because of his Hell Knight training. He has mental damage resistance. But it's like 2, so yeah.
1 is all you need, baby.
Oh, well.
Also, it like ticks 1 time every like round, or like every.
Think of it like an environmental effect, but you don't have your environmental protections against it because the Ayadara's magic has been spent, but at the same time, there's that latency that's affecting things.
Latency, the enemy of gamers everywhere.
Exactly. Yours was at 1 millisecond. Everyone else will be at like 130. But thank you for actually mentioning a worst. I appreciate the honesty.
I think I kind of forgot that happened. That hasn't
Don't-
happened.
Don't forget it happened. I mean, like, I gave you an experience that will last a lifetime, like drowning to death.
I mean, the drowning one was memorable. Like, jeez.
Yeah, Garr did not enjoy drowning.
Yeah, that was rough.
One more person, best and worst.
I'm with the others on liking the valley and the moon. Those were both fun. I'm sad I missed the one session on the moon stuff.
I think the only thing you missed was Kuzan opening up. Was it Kuzan that opened up the thing? And then
Yeah,
the
For the
nanites
big
came out?
monster.
Yeah. Or
Oh,
he
the
at
big-
least closed it. I don't know if he opened it, but he,
He
at least
also-
shut it back in there.
Yeah, the
He
obelisk.
also closed it. He opened it and he closed it. Yes.
Oh yeah, he did. While everybody was
I'm-
talking, he was trying to stuff it back into the capsule.
Yeah. We need to send like Team B up there to do some like
I thought that's
smashing.
what you were going to do. I planned on Team B going up there because I had so much stuff for Randal to do up there. And I figured because Joy was there, he'd be like, this is mine now. It belongs to us.
Yeah, I just set Molly up there for healing support. Cali probably, I don't know, both of them is kind of okay. Molly probably would have been better since she actually has bonus against fighting undead.
Yeah, and you knew Undead was up there.
Yeah.
Only thing I could really say for worst was Deborah not dying fast enough.
Well, she's gone now, and I'm sorry I couldn't give it to you sooner. The only thing I can do is say, you know, sometimes NPCs don't land well. Sometimes they land so well that we want them gone, and never hesitate. Never hesitate to tell me that there is a problem, because you know how quickly I fix things, and we were right on top of that. The second it was brought up, everyone weighed in, and we managed to deal with the issue.
Oh, if I may jump in real quick, Crash.
Yes, that
One thing that I thought of that I'm not vibing the most with is, I think Joy is sometimes getting flanderized a little bit towards, especially the things disappearing from the quest items disappearing from the from the shared storage, which I'm not sure that Joy would consistently do, because they would probably think that it would be getting extremely boring at some point.
okay.
And it's, I mean, we can have it probably just die down naturally a little bit towards book 4. It's not a big issue, but it's a little bit of a, yeah, it made me sometimes ask the question, okay, who could I bring in instead of Joy? Because Joy is probably, if we were to take this whole thing for granted, Joy wouldn't probably be an active member of Team B anymore, because they started to post indeed a higher
They
barrier
would have
than
eventually
anyone.
been a threat
Yeah.
to the organization due to shenanigans. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would not maybe call it a threat, but more of a so big of a
Liability.
nuisance you wouldn't bother. Yeah, liability, barrier, anything of the sorts. So depending on how we want to handle it, I'm also very happy to try more things out with the system. I'm always happy crafting characters, but yeah, I'm also kind of fond of a Joy that's not completely over the top with some of the kleptomaniac aspects.
So now that I know that, I'll stop doing it, because I was feeding into the whole Chaos Goblin thing.
I mean, if you have a good story reason, feel free to. If there's the need, like the fucking sea monsters, but as a constant threat, it's. I thought that the whole decision of Mali to kick out Joy out of the whole network was a good decision, taking the whole points of the situation.
I'll make sure not to do that again in the future. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, no problem.
I will say Joy is like one of my favorite PCs, though.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much. It is. I mean, I'm trying my best not to overdo it at points, but I think I'm overdoing it at points.
At times, at times
Yeah.
it's a little over the top.
Please also feel free to tell me to maybe knock it off at times.
I really liked it too, because that's where I fed into the whole thing with like the outfits and stuff.
Hmm? Yeah.
When we done the meeting, yeah.
I mean, murdering a bit in the shoes of Joy is indeed sometimes fun. But I can understand if it gets on somebody's nerves. So please do inform me.
So what you're saying is we need a Joy buzzer.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to kill Joy.
Terrible. Awful. This is tax day, not punishment day.
Thank you for joining me in discussing that. Okay, sorry.
What are the reactions to the CEO moving in and Abadar Corp changing its approach? We talked about this in Session 0 and Book 1 with how rivals don't get colony turns, but they react to the decisions you make. And we've seen that. And you've even had the Fixer sent as a result. You've had Haltharia, be part of that as well.
And then Haria made that Fixer cry.
Yeah, I remember. It's the most popular short, by the way. Congratulations.
I have to rewatch that short.
I think even though it was introduced at the very beginning with Halgatha smuggling in the Stardust Plague and us having our food being like genetically altered by this predicament, there was so much stuff going on that I never really caught on to Abadar being the problem. It was always their proxies in like Aspis and others that caused like the hairs on the back of my neck to rise. It was never Abadar. I guess that's, always pay attention to the supreme capitalist, but
never trust the supreme capitalist.
Yeah, we didn't. I don't know. I think her moving back is going to be certainly interesting. I fear for the safety of our colony now more than ever. I think that the other colonies being reactionary and hints that we have been given about what is happening in Book 4, I think we are in for maybe some dangerous times for ourselves and our employees.
What if I told you you weren't the colony in danger? Would you still take action?
Yes. I mean, if another colony was doing something, let's say, like, on our behalf, or another colony was, like, very clearly breaking the charter, I would like to hope that we would get involved, but there also may be, the option of, if it's not involving us, how much do we want to get involved? How much do we want to continue to put our nose into other people's issues?
I think it would depend on what else it is, too.
Yeah.
Like, we get a message from another one. Hey, we found this thing that looks like a Large Hadron Collider, and we're going to press a button. Uh-oh.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, okay, yeah, that's totally understand that. Yeah. I think there's if we are not the ones in danger, then, and we are the danger, then that is also a problem.
I cannot give details yet.
Well, as far as the CEO coming to New Harmony, Kuzan's generally of the mind that, hey, if you're doing your job, it doesn't really matter who's watching. So he doesn't really find it as nerve-wracking as everybody else might. Also, he doesn't have any medical knowledge whatsoever, so it's not like he's going to have performance anxiety or something.
Mally's just freaking out in the corner. Where's the doctors?
Why am I the only doctor on this colony, actually, guys? This isn't making much sense.
Hey,
we're
there's
a
also
biomedical
Veech.
company. Yeah, no, he's a biologist.
Yeah.
Okay, technically.
You presume he doesn't have a doctorate?
You're right. You're right. Technically, he still has a doctorate.
Well, we would hope he does.
Well,
You know,
Kuzan thought he...
that could explain some things if he doesn't.
Well, Kuzan thought he was filling out a security application, and then suddenly he was being tested as an administrator. He's still not sure
Slate
if
was
somebody
hired as
changed.
a pilot.
He's still not sure if somebody messed with his paperwork or not.
It was Joy.
Oh God, it was probably Joy.
I
You
think
see?
Joy wasn't in the picture at that point.
You see, he still has influence somehow. It's spreading.
He might be a cosmic threat. We might need to kill Joy in the 5th book.
Now, as far as Abadar Core,
They
Kuzan
forgave
is
you.
still sorry, go ahead.
They forgave you, remember? They gave you a full pardon of any wrongdoing.
For past crimes, not future ones. But as far as Abadar Core goes, Kuzan's very familiar with being in constant conflict with other powerful entities. Being a Vesk and all of that. Plus, we did kind of send their fixer packing. So,
You mean hired?
wait, did we hire her?
Literally in the peanut gallery with Haria and Drixel.
Oh yeah. Okay.
She's part
That
of the
makes
reason
this even-
Steve had to leave.
Oh right. Yeah.
Triadic relationship was about to happen.
Rip.
But like he had no reason to believe that Abadar was gonna let that go. So like it's concerning but not 100% surprising.
Yeah, I kind of expected Abadar as well. So it's like I'm not like I don't think it like came out of left field since we did kind of like evaded their claims for our resources.
Ah, you remember they wanted how much of your food crop?
I think it was like damn near all of it since
Yeah,
every one of it is has the Stardust Plague in it, which was stolen from them from Helgatha, what's her name, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And because since her body is basically no more, and it's like all of our plants and our all of our agriculture, so they want to like claim that. So it makes sense they would have like more spies in their midst. For our sponsor coming, well, our boss, Mally is basically just going to be concerned just because of it's going to be like a surplus of people now, like with her, so population is going to shoot up. And that means like more concerns since it'll be far more easier to get like a security beach for the Zargathon, or yeah, that's the name of it, right? The music that plays. and we have to watch out for any of the cultists gaining more members, and maybe seeping into higher up positions than what we currently allow. Because there's going to be so many people, we're not going to be able to keep large tracks of them. And then we're also probably going to be short-staffed for I'll just say doctors outside of pharmaceutical needs.
Well, that's the thing. You're going to have a lot of archaeological experts coming in. You're going to have society experts. You're going to have everything but
medical personnel. Well, I mean, we do have a school, so we're probably going to have people be trained for that. Although that's going to take years.
Vaccine day for the colony is going to turn into vaccine month. With that population.
Yeah.
I want to say something because you may be right for a future event, but I cannot give details.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. I promised you guys no spoilers.
I'm just picturing colony does, okay, fresh vaccine boosters for everyone each year. It only takes a day to get everyone. We don't have that big a population. More people coming. Shit.
You'll have to get the military grade one. Have you guys ever seen the nail gun they put into army recruits? All 16 vaccines, and they just shoot you in the arm?
I have not. Jesus.
It's not really a nail gun, but
it is a multi-needle thing. Yeah.
And you get a nice little scar on your arm that looks like a thimble on your arm when you're done with it.
I got an idea. We aerosolize it.
Oh yeah, and then we don't do that. No, we
just crop dust the whole colony for vaccines.
Why'd you say it like that?
It's been tried in real life, and it was really bad, and because they weren't cleaned was the problem.
But we'd have sci-fi and magic for it now.
You're right. Yes, it'll hopefully turn out much better than it did when we did that in real life.
Sci-fi and magic, both famous for working out perfectly every time.
Yes.
Don't contradict me in front of the boy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I now that Abadar is in the picture, my biggest fear is that our food can be weaponized. Because they could, turn the plague back on is my biggest fear.
Yeah. For me, I'm looking at it from two perspectives. One's a Haria perspective and one's a player perspective. So with the CEO moving in, I think Haria is a little bit nervous about it, but not in a, hey, we're going to get fucked over, but hey, we're going to have way more to lose if we fuck up in a different section. I mean, the CEO could add some political problems, but they can be dealt with. From player perspective, I think it's a good way to bring in some local higher level NPCs, so to say. So that we're not having a massive divide between us and the rest of the colony, that there's still someone around who could be a problem if we fuck them over locally. Yeah.
Which has happened a lot, and is one of the questions.
I mean, we can get into the whole process of that later. And on the other front, I think Haria is pretty bad type nervous about it. Like, Abadar is the local, well, not even the local, but the galactic big bully when it comes to corporations, and
there you go.
It can be a large problem, even if it's not all-out war.
So the Abadar Corp, how rich How rich? Richer than the Veskarium, richer than the Pact Worlds, richer than the Aslanti Empire, richer than everything?
Richer than
Have you
Abadar
heard-
himself.
Have you heard of the galactic GDP?
I have not.
Yes, exactly that. The entire GDP of the galaxy. That's basically the net worth. Yeah, no, and from a player perspective, I didn't really expect Abada to move into the big bad position, as we might have put it sometimes. I mainly expected them to do, sorry.
You're okay.
Sorry. I mainly expected them to be involved in little squabbles, or maybe as spanning one book antagonism. But yes, some signs were there that they might be a more long-term problem, and the whole change of approach in retrospect is it can be followed. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see it until it was brought up, but
Yeah.
I do now.
Discussion.
Discussion.
Yes, discussion. You didn't see it till it was brought up now. That's
Oh,
part
yeah.
of the reason why I do discussion. Yes.
I meant for me personally, it was until brought up like with Arizant last session. Like it seemed like we had. It seemed to me as a player that we mostly had a cosmic horror enemy, and not like a mega
tangible-
corporation enemy. Yeah, tangible existing problem antagonist.
Yeah.
With the
Do you
whole planet thing maybe even being a background thing that's happening, but that's not a big problem per se.
So you remember Scooby-Doo, right? And how they constantly tried to scare the kids by dressing up as ghosts?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
With
I have
magic
some
and
knowledge about it.
technology.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't have that in Germany.
Maybe they had it in some different generation, but it wasn't really around when I was with TV looking within TV looking age.
Been on the air since the 60s, so
I mean,
it just probably just never
it
brought there.
it wasn't really played on the kid channels that I knew of. We had our own mystery gang. I think it's TKKG is one of them, and the other one is the 3 question marks, roughly translated. And they're mostly the mystery detectives type stuff.
Oh yeah, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend that the cultures across the world have the same media.
Yeah. But I have experienced some of it by internet.
I'll have to
But I'm
ask
not
you for
really
those.
good in it.
I shall have to ask you for those
Oh, yeah.
examples later. So, I think we can skip the next question. Do you think Abadar Corp was the original antagonist of Horizons? It was Aspis Consortium, but Aspis Consortium fizzled out at this
Yeah, you
point.
kind of said that like last week, so it kind of spoiled us on this.
Well, it was just like, what were they supposed to do? Give us your land. No. Okay, we tried.
Well, reframing it in the sense now of it was actually Abadar the entire time, and it was an agent of Abadar that was planting those devices and not Aspis, makes more sense in retrospect, now knowing that Aspis Consortium themselves denied vehemently that they had any involvement with the planting of any of those devices. So the transition from one to the other, I don't think in the grand scheme of the story will make much difference because it is corporation v corporation, and I think that this is probably a more interesting route.
Good.
Also, didn't Molly sick some radioactive Fae on Aspis?
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we did do that, yeah.
Yep. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten.
Yeah. But honestly, I think it is a little bit more in character for the Aspis Consortium. The whole, we'll fuck over another colony on this planet because we want the resources. But it's not completely out of character for other Corp. Especially if they have been messed with before, which happened.
Yes, they have. Several times. I mean, Arizan, I'll talk about Arizan in a little bit, but it was just like you were basically given things on a silver platter, and then
trusted him vehemently.
And then you had, what was it, the Labrador Retriever? Someone said you were Labrador Retrievers. Now get the stick. All right,
so I said that, but I don't remember if that was me saying it or Kuzan saying it.
I think it was Kuzan saying it, and you said it about Molly initially.
Oh, yeah, okay, I remember now.
So why did Aspis help you and attend the gala? Do you think they knew about Abadar Corp but couldn't say anything or face retaliation themselves? Why did they offer to buy the Spire in the first place? Was that kind of a hint in itself?
I took that as they're just evil, and they clearly wanted the very dangerous thing that we had.
Yeah, I took it as them wanting to try to find a way to profit off of it after buying it from us, since it seems to have a very strong effect on the surroundings and on the people that's worshiping it. Since everyone is basically drawn to basically the cultists are drawn to it. And they basically make pilgrimage to it, so they'll probably want to find a way to use the energy produced by it. And it probably might be different from any of the spires that's close to them if they have one nearby. I think.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna think. I think they were just attending the gala because it's formalities, and why shouldn't they? Because it's very much like a news event. So if everyone's gonna be there, why wouldn't they want to go?
I wish I could reference what was said by the Aspis agent, but I can't because Windows 11. I'm sad.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that too. The whole gala seemed like it's not a prisoner's dilemma, but it's something similar where you need to be on the in-group, otherwise you risk becoming the out-group. So if you were to exclude yourself and everybody went there is the chance that you become potentially unknowingly the odd one out that's considered a risk to everyone that was in attendance. So I think if I were Aspis, I would have attended solely because of that reason.
And a good point that you said that. So why didn't the leader of the Vesk colony attend? Why'd they send a proxy?
I mean, people got important stuff to do. And a proxy would suffice in most ways. But in retrospect, yes, that is a little bit odd, but could be down to cultural difference. Also, because the gala was mentioned, I would also like to reiterate, I love that this was put there in, artificially or by yourself, because that's I think that was a nice point to make the other colonies more of a tangible thing.
I did want you. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I agree, because they're kind of a nebulous, just exist off in the ether unless we go there. And I think having us gone to Plustov was very good. I think going from the gala to going and hearing about Plustov's problems at the gala, then going to Plustov, was great.
Good. I'm really happy that you guys like that, because it felt more natural to do it that way and show that Plustov was absent because of how badly they were suffering.
Yeah. I think, like JK was saying, it was very good to place them in the world, because they kind of just exist north, south, east, and west of us, and we just go, yeah, there's somewhere over there. No, they're over there. But meeting and seeing, good.
Yeah, to draw the comparison again to the Fist of the Ruby Phoenix tournament, it's like the difference between the other teams that certainly did exist within a tournament.
They
and the
certainly
ones we
did.
have that. Yeah.
Yeah, but you only cared about 2 teams in Ruby Phoenix.
And,
or the book only had you care about 2 teams.
And met like 3 more, maybe?
Yeah.
But even those 3 you met, they are way more tangible. It makes itself into a tournament because you have had some contact with another team.
You killed a time dragon with a death arrow.
It happens.
It was fated by Pharasma.
Time isn't real anyway.
Y'all kept on killing our rivals. It's like, no, don't kill them. Stop.
All right. So, let's see. Crash. What do you think, Aspis?
I mean, certainly showing up to make sure that there's some presence there so that, they're not forgotten about kind of thing makes sense for why they showed.
Why'd she show up in her work clothes with, like, the dirt lines and everything? It's not gala material. She was the only one not dressed up.
Could be a manipulation tactic to show off. I was like, hey, we're not here for weird shit. We're here doing actual work.
Good point.
Or it could have been last minute.
That too. So, I gotta ask you, now that the Aslanti are gone, what are the fate of those awakened bears? Will we see them in the future, or will they be taken by Abadar Corp as labor?
I thought we were going to let them run their casino.
I don't even know if they can make a casino.
Well, it was originally the Druid's tree, and then they took it.
But I know one thing we gotta do with the bears is investigate the golden Stag-Bear group to see if they're actually immune to. Did we?
Yeah, they're in the forest now. Remember, you led them. You led them to the promised land after the whole earthquake stuff happened. They're in the forest where you left them.
Oh, that was them. Oh.
Yeah.
I think Kuzan would advocate keeping an eye on them. Not necessarily absorbing them into our colony, unless that's what they wanted. But, he'd be more the type at this point to offer them guidance in whatever way they would ask for. But he put the offer out there. Now, whether or not that's with administration backing or not, I don't know.
could have them start up their own like small little colony themselves. Probably just put stipulations on like don't awaken other creatures.
I
Oh
feel
no!
like they know better.
Did you suggest the R word?
Restrictions.
No. The other R word. I'll let you think about that for a while, child.
All right.
Yeah. I personally am not sure where the voyage of the bears go. I mean, it's possible that they'll do their own thing.
Oh, reservation. Okay.
No. You... I didn't
Wow,
say that.
he thought so hard about that.
So the point of not saying something is stronger than saying something cursing. I will teach you this lesson.
I review.
Yeah, I mean, I think there might be a consensus within the administrators to maybe support the bears a little bit more. But it's very dependent on what the fuck Abadar is doing and how aggressive they want to be seen. So I have no idea where the journey goes.
Well, the CEO is coming, so they'll be ultimately seen 100% of the time now.
The CEO of Abadar Corp.
No, the CEO of you.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if our CEO really cares about the bears.
Unless we run an adoption-a-thon to get dragons to adopt Stag-Bears.
That seems odd.
I mean, unless Kuzan is directly told not to interact with the bears, he's gonna do what he can to like make sure that Abadar doesn't get their filthy little claws into them. Because as far as he's concerned, we're at war with Abadar now. Kuzan is very simple-minded like that.
Yeah, and what did the Aslanti person do? They went right to the bears thinking like, legitimacy. This is all mine now. I have a claim to it.
And that was one person.
Yeah.
Well, we do currently have a shadow government installed in place where the Stag-Bears currently reside. So if you are lucky, you can pull them out before things get scary. But if you do that, you risk playing your hand.
Kuzan is not opposed to sending packs of laser wolves just around the colony. Let Abadar Corps be distracted for a little bit.
All right. Since you've mentioned the wolves so many times, I think we will say that you cure the rabies. That way you don't feel bad.
I think one of our goals was to cure the rabies.
No,
it wasn't.
No.
Biomedical side quests.
But you are a pharmaceutical company. It is within the realm of believability. So what's the best thing you guys have built so far in book 3?
Need more
experiences.
Factories. No.
Oh no.
I was gonna say actually roads so we can actually transport stuff.
Oh, the roads. Okay. Yeah. It's gonna make travel so much faster.
We built a lot in year 3. We built artificial intelligence, a spaceport, so much.
Group-wise, I think the spaceport is probably the best thing. Individually, I'm partial to the Solarian Monastery for reasons. Purely self-indulgent reasons.
Like the sports arena that's coming?
That's going to be a very close second.
And the sports arena is probably gonna be like some form of entertainment and will help like turn up profit and raise morale. Especially what the population boost.
Oh, speaking of which, Mommy and Daddy are coming.
It's gonna be so many elves. So many.
I think. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, I think one possibly underrated thing that's a year 3 thing is a hospital, an actual, real existing hospital. It didn't come up, but from a societal stance, it might be extremely useful.
Like the restaurant? Like the district of restaurants?
I mean, the restaurant quarter, I stand by that first choice. It is, in my opinion, of a solid thing to have somewhat soon. I think, yeah, the only thing that might maybe be a little bit more useful was the residential improvements, but they only came 2 turns later.
Well, there has been a lot of construction. I think that construction company was actually the best investment you made. The freelance stuff that we did. And you didn't even visit the tea farm. You guys paid for a tea farm, and it was referenced like 12 sessions ago.
Yeah.
Much like many things, we get sidetracked and fires need to be put out in 11 places at one time, and then we forget that we need to go visit a tea farm, and now we are, 3 years in and have barely touched a draconic disease.
I would assume Mally probably visited while the guys was away at the in the valley.
Maybe let's start directly on scene with Book 4 in the tea farm with some R&R there.
Yes! Absolutely, yes! I like that idea.
Because, well, currently there's no active threat, at least that we might consider active. Yeah.
I mean, Mally's probably gonna be working on the cure. At least using the waters and testing with them.
Yep, you'll find stuff. Don't worry, it'll all be revealed. And you are correct. There are no more cards left on the board. You cleared all the cards. This is the first time you have known real peace and quiet since coming here.
Kuzan promptly goes insane.
No. Not till book 6.
Oh. Well.
You could also be dominated by some very scantily clad vampire lady.
Did you like that? Was that the favorite part of book 3?
I mean, it was... I enjoyed that I had the ability to play into the whole thing, to make the whole normally somewhat dull domination part a little bit more fun.
Yeah. She wasn't trying to kill anybody. She just wanted to get off-world and get back to the colony. She needed to help people. She had things to do. Her turns, remember the turns? She was thinking about the anarchy from the turns, like the robots.
Yeah.
Okay. Really good answer so far, guys. I love this. So, what did you think about me making Arizen the mastermind? And do you think that changed about the module and the character, or do you think that was naturally done the way it happened?
It was probably something that was in the books in some degree. I feel like him and Deirdre were characters that were probably intended from the beginning to be an issue for the players. I just didn't see it until... I don't think any of us saw it until way too late. None of us questioned him when he started joining us in meetings after Deirdre was gone. None of us restricted his work. If anything, we made it easier for him to do what he needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
I would say he was probably... You probably made changes, but I would assume he was intended to be an antagonist.
I think given the nature of how the administration does things, anybody who was interested in being in an administrator meeting, we probably would never have said anything to anyone.
Correct. I agree. We were so far in our own problems that we just nodded our head and went, yep, you're supposed to be here.
Also, Kuzan is like, I trust everybody until you give me a reason not to, which can sometimes be a problem. But I think it's interesting to have a antagonist that you're not, quote unquote, supposed to confront physically. It makes having to tackle the problem very different than rolling for initiative to do it. So I did at least appreciate that, even though I'm playing a very nakedly martial character.
I appreciate you saying that. So, 3 more people, then I'll weigh in. I really want to say something to that, but I can't weigh in just yet.
Yeah, then I'll do it a little bit quickly so to get it up, because I'm also not completely sure I have a strong opinion on that. I wouldn't have expected it from, how things are usually structured narratively. Like, it isn't a thing I would expect Paizo to do, that your advisor that's just there to give you the tutorial in the beginning fucks you over at some point, and in a long form way. Like, not in a, hey, I'm going to backstab you now, more like I'm going to poison the grains over the whole 3 years we're here, way more. That one is unknown to me, I think. I can see it, but yeah. I think the big part why he got a large part of animosity was because, well, he basically said, I'm the reason of one of the biggest nuisances you have been constantly confronted with within the last 3 years. Like, if he just revealed himself to be just interfering and maybe messing with our goals which we set ourselves, that would be fine. But to basically say, yeah, I did Deirdre and all that went on with the whole thing, I think that was a big part why a huge part of animosity went the way of Arizant. Because the whole Deirdre situation was one of the biggest problems we had, that wasn't a world problem but was perceived as keeping us from solving the world problems.
I really like that too. Timar.
I think it was interesting. I would agree with JK about like how he gathered animosity towards us by basically just admitting to, basically just oversharing how he was the one that got Daedric to act in such a way to incur our wrath and make us think that she was the mastermind behind everything.
Mm-hmm.
When he was the one pulling the streams, and then like the constant mention of him like positioning himself in the background and just like wanting to be like the master manipulator is what got us to not really like him so much. I was interested like what modifications have he done to himself where because he was seen to like not even like get intimidated by Kuzan.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons that they were, you'll not be able to see that until a future book because those modifications might be in other people.
Yep. Yeah, I know for sure Molly is probably just gonna be making sure she has like the right spells and healing magic to investigate or restrain people like that. Or at least to where they won't die when they clock out.
I think
because of
Iron,
the modifications.
Yeah, I think Iron can testify to this because he's been in games with me before, where it's just like where an NPC fulfills their role and has like an arsenic tooth or something like that. Like I tend to clean up my messes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought of something specific. Yes.
Yep. Yep. I know because you weren't happy that specific thing happened, and I don't want to give the others an impression just yet.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, if I may add it on, that I forgot to mention. I think the one thing with the manipulation of Dietrich, I think in retrospect that is 100% believable, and it even explains some behaviors of Dietrich which I would have called probably erratic at best and unexplainable at worst. So the whole returning after being given the option of just fucking off and leaving us alone. I think that can be very well explained by the whole manipulation.
Yes. And people do things irrationally when they're angry. You know, maybe she was told she couldn't leave after you told her to leave.
Yeah, I mean, the whole acting irrationally, it happens to a degree, but also I didn't think I've seen the sufficient internal logic which still would apply when acting what one would view as erratic from an external stance, or when witnessing Dietrich without the context of Arizant in messing with the whole thing. Yeah.
So, very briefly, when someone gets fired in Europe, there's a process you follow, right?
It depends on the locality and on how long you've been with the company. There's a probationary period, which is effectively how it goes in most of American states, as far as I know. But yeah, there is very much a process in the normal cases.
When we get fired here, it's a voluntary basis. You're just gone.
Yeah, I think there's some states which have some more employee protections. At least I hope I heard that. But yeah, I know that it is weird in many places.
It is. One more person, and then I can tell you the dirty details.
I wasn't expecting him. I'm not terribly shocked, but certainly wasn't expecting it.
Okay. So, the module states that he is going to survive that bear attack that happened, and he lifted up the crotch, and that got me initially thinking during prep, how does he have the strength to fend off like this necrotic energized bear or whatnot. So I got to thinking like, he doesn't seem like the really background character that, the module made him out to be. Because usually in the book, he is the expository. He is just the guy who tells you this is wrong, like what you can and can't do. And for an advisor, he is very bossy. Like, he knew things you didn't. So I took that character a little bit further to the point where he is actually a manipulator. And actually not only able to do the job, but also to get rid of you from, the settlement when he doesn't need you there. I wasn't expecting you to outright hate his guts with, like, him explaining the thing about Daedric and everything else. I mean, you even made use of the fixer who Abadar sent and adopted them into the underlings. Sometimes the NPCs and the world push back, and I like to have those boundaries there, because when you understand that this guy was all about helping you, but with the cost that he was also working for someone else, it felt more believable that he was there with a purpose other than just like, oh, I'm just here to like tell you what you need to do this book. I'm the quest giver. And I thought it was a long shot someone would put it together enough, but I gave you all the clues at the election. And since nobody picked up on it, I just let it fade into the background.
Mhm.
I liked it.
Good.
Like,
Go ahead.
No, I don't think Kuzan hated Arizon. He felt kind of manipulated and betrayed, and Kuzan was ready to just, settle it in the street, have one good fist fight about it, and then be done with it. Like I said, Kuzan is very simple like that.
Definitely felt manipulated and betrayed as well. I'll agree on that point.
Yeah, I think if the whole things cleaning itself up thing didn't happen, Haria would probably have come out in the end with the solution of, stick a shipping label on him. No, in the sense of, hey, get this guy to Abada Corp, say, hey, make sure he doesn't come back, otherwise things might end very badly, in a diplomatic way, and just to get rid of him, because, well, he wasn't really a danger after, well, losing his shit at us a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But, well, things, went as they went. And him getting towards Abada Corp didn't happen.
Just like Altharia getting to, what she wanted to do didn't happen. Like there's a lot of unfinished business.
She unfortunately had an end to a bear, and that was unpleasant. That is a question. Was that random for her to die?
Yep.
Or was she supposed? Okay, because
1d4
turned out very differently if she was still around.
Yes, it would have. Remember, I told you at the end of book 2 when we did our discussion that if she were alive, she could have explained herself, but it was Shax that did the explaining.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is what I did. The book told me to roll a 1d4. That's how many colonists died, just like the engineer. I rolled a 2.
I mean, potentially it could have been roll 1d4. Halgatha is always dying, kind of thing.
Just like Arazant always survives.
Yeah. I thought it possible to, you know, have that because investigating somebody who's dead and had a convoluted plan is sometimes a more interesting story thread, like trying to unravel it without having first-party sources. But yeah, having it be that random is also something that I respect that it was still workable as a story.
It's not Dragon Age 2 terrible, but it's not Dragon Age 3 terrible either. All right. So, we have said goodbye to Deborah. Why was she the most engaged of all the NPCs so far, is my question. This is more of a personal thing that I put on the docket, where I'm just like asking, why didn't we just ignore her? Why didn't we started out ignoring her, but was it because
threat, and it was best to get the biggest threat to. Well, she was the biggest observable threat. How about that? She wasn't the actual biggest threat.
Yes.
But biggest observable threat, that it was one of those NPCs where it's like, hey, we need to make sure that we keep our enemies close. The saying is, our friends close, but our enemies closer. It was one of those situations. And then they never left.
Well, you gave her no reason to leave. You made it attractive for her to leave there. You guys had things in common. Everybody. I'm not just talking to one player. It's just like she liked a lot of things about you guys. She liked how you ran the settlement and everything. I mean, I think Iron put it better than I could when he made an arbitrary comment about her. I won't repeat it, though.
Now, I have to potentially lengthen this whole thing by just talking about this a little bit. So,
Sure.
Sorry in advance.
No, that's what discussion is.
Yeah. Oh, if it's just me yapping, it's mainly a monologue. So stop me if I'm going too far with my whole. No, I think I can put it somewhat succinctly. So I'll start. So I think Haria was mostly of the whole opinion. Let's not deal with her too much. Let's not overdo it with keep your enemies closest, because yeah. And maybe this has to do a little bit with IRL to character bleed, which with this specific topic area tends to happen with me. I wouldn't be able to play in a campaign where we were playing as the Zlanti Star Empire, for example.
There are no campaigns like that.
Yeah,
I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, I'm just putting it as an example. It is something that's a little bit too strong for my taste, and something that probably did Deborah in, because some things were explicitly put where maybe I couldn't put the whole firewall between what would Haria think and what would JK think in between those two things.
Mm-hmm.
But it went to a point where I said, yeah, no, this is a thing which we shouldn't cooperate, and we should make ends, because this planet would be a better one without Deborah being an active actor in that.
I mean, makes sense. Like, she is like a unrepentant Aslanti, and like she's basically admitted she's gonna like still do the same thing even if we let her out.
And she did say that. She did say did say that. She admitted to being irredeemably evil, and she owned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the reason why we as a group interacted with her to a degree we did is because, well, she was around, and it seemed like she would have a significance in terms of maybe a book 4 enemy at that point, where it's a whole possibility that she had some army type of stuff imported and things happen or something. But yeah, I think it was mostly, I think she is there and she put herself in many situations with us, so just not interacting with the GM when he has a character that is vocal in a scene also is something that's hard to do, in my opinion.
Okay. I'll go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think that's sort of where I'm coming from too. They were just there, so we kept interacting with them. If they weren't there, I don't think I would have interacted with them beyond the gala.
Okay, I can promise from now on, no more Aslanti for the rest of the book, rest of the AP. And I'm glad you said something, JK, because she was going to end up in your peanut gallery with Drixel, and Drixel was going to be like, Haria, sure about this?
No, she would have been ejected from the peanut gallery in a very high trajectory. It's... Yeah, I mean...
High trajectory, low orbit.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to have Aslanti as a enemy to be fought, but to buddy up, it feels like a little bit of Vichy France. Not good.
Yes, not good is the best way to put it. Well, it could have gone a different direction. It could have been, Kuzan and Deborah. Because of that alliance.
My thought process in interacting with her was basically, okay, let's get through all the text prompts. Why? Because then we can get rid of her.
Yeah, that's
exhaust all options. Good, get rid of it.
I know Mally wouldn't want to be close to her.
Kuzan is too Vesk to go for that.
Good enough for me. You will never deal with the Aslanti again in this AP. I promise you that. All right.
I wouldn't mind finding them as enemies.
Yeah. Which you will undoubtedly do, but they won't be interactable. They won't be like the NPCs.
We have by action ensured that they will not be a dialogue encounter, but a combat encounter.
Yes. You may say things to them, but they'll say things to you like generic response number 1. I hate Xenos. Welcome to Haria. All right, so now that the CEO is coming, do you guys think that you'll be incarcerating people, when you have problems with them, or you think the CEO is going to interfere with what you're doing and how you run things?
I think I'll have to. I'll take the lead with that one, with running a little bit of a defense of how things are run, because, well, the 3 big instances where, well, extrajudicial, takings have happened were Didrik, Arizant, and Deborah, which all, in my opinion, qualify as thing. The Deirdric thing that was a whole arc of, well, it is a long-term problem which we have tried to solve in a somewhat amicable way, but in a get out of our way. With, well, Arizant having the misfortune of coming so late into the whole thing that we had some feelings about the whole matter. And potentially it would have as I said a little bit earlier, it would have went a little bit better for Arizant if things hadn't cleaned themselves up, so to say. But yeah, the one complication there is the whole he has basically put the judiciary in the position, so there would be difficulties to have a trial of our current system, which to solve that would have required either hey, we're doing that, but doing that off screen because the whole process is probably too much for a session, or to do it as an extrajudicial thing. And the other instance where that happened was Deborah was the Aslanti lady, right?
Yes.
Too many D names, sorry.
I'm sorry. The next one will not have a D name. I guarantee you that.
No, it's fine. I just sometimes mix names up a little bit. So with Deborah, it's I see where potentially the whole no due process comes in, but I think the extenuating circumstance in this case is that it's a fucking fascist that's not even from our colony.
Yes. That.
Yeah, so I do not think we're doing...
She was a parasite.
Yeah.
She was literally a parasite.
I wouldn't really use that language because she would. Yeah, but in this situation, sure, it is not optimal, but I think in these situations we have dealt with, it's to a degree understandable, and otherwise I do not think we have messed with due process that much, but we probably could stand to, sometimes, yeah.
We have not put anyone on trial. Like, every person that we have jailed, we have just jailed and not given them a day in court.
Yeah, but also that's a thing, like, in other campaigns, you don't really deal with that because you're not really the court system, or you're not involved in that in any way. So I think it's just a leftover of we're not used to having to say that, well, let's have our established judiciary that's in the whole that we have as a project. Let's have them active,
and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
I think that's I wouldn't call it a consequence. I don't think that's the correct word. I think that's more of a action of the fact that we are responsible for every aspect of our colony. So the, like, quote unquote duty of, like, charging someone also comes down to us, and there's not much that happens in the background. We're pretty hands-on with a lot. Maybe that's part of that feeling.
I mean, with having the projects, I would probably argue that we don't have to be extremely hands-on with things. Like,
if we've
yeah,
already
those three cases which we had, those were the high-profile ones. So I'm to a degree understandable.
The druids were
especially
not
with
high profile.
Yeah, what?
The druids weren't high profile.
I think I'm not quite sure what went down with that one with the judiciary thing. Was
I meant with the hands-on part.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No. Sorry. I'm mostly talking about the whole crimes and punishments side of things, and how much we need to interact with that, because those three big ones, I can mostly understand the whole Deirdric situation, because that is a long-term problem, and we probably would have had the chance to say, hey, let's charge this formally instead of, hey, let's research it. Because, well, that would probably be the better way to deal with it. But the whole Arizon situation went down, well, in one afternoon. The whole Deborah situation is complicated because foreign head of state, yeah.
She
But
wasn't.
otherwise,
She said she
I
was,
mean-
but she wasn't.
yeah, she could be interpreted as. But
Yes.
otherwise, I don't think we would need to normally set a curriculum for the school we have in our colony. So I wouldn't similarly say that we have for the mid-level minions that we potentially take alive, that we have to explicitly say, hey, the courthouse does its job.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry
just because
for the lengthy
No, no.
rant.
that is what discussion is for.
Yeah.
That's exactly what discussion is for. Just because an NPC tells you, like, I get my day in court and whatnot, it does not mean it could be Deborah just talking. It could be Deborah choose the scenery.
Yeah.
You know, the way that I play a villain and the way that I think that a villain acts, especially with Arizan and everything, is just like, at that point, it would just be like, you went to the moon. You're not even behaving like administrators anymore. You need to understand your place. And that was his mindset.
So
Yeah.
for me, Arizon came off like somebody who was used to being in control. So
Yep.
he didn't really know how to handle it when he kept losing control.
And that's a good point. It's a very good point. It's just like, why aren't these pawns moving the way they're supposed to? Pawns and
Pawns
kings
can't
move.
jump. Pawns can't jump other pieces. What are you doing?
Yeah.
If I may put one more thing towards Arizant,
Yes.
because I forgot about it earlier. I honestly assumed that Arizant just had some ill effect of some planetary anomaly type of complication that made him, break down initially. Like, maybe
you thought
we
it
have
was. Yeah, you thought it
maybe
was the
we-
necro radiation or something.
Yeah, maybe we built this colony on a old graveyard that possesses
You
people to become neurotic. Well,
It's been 1,000,000 years worth of graveyards.
yeah, but I mean in a more specific kind of way, the haunt type of way.
No, he was just
That was
he
my
was just
initial
a bad
assumption
person.
about him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That also happens.
All right. So I'll give you 10 minutes. Any questions for me or something to clear the air on? This is for you guys. This is for putting things forward for, getting things ready when we do the halfway point health checkup and whatnot. If you have anything you wish to discuss, now is a very good time to bring it up.
I would like to bring up one specific thing, especially with the whole health checkup kind of way.
Sure.
I would highly appreciate it if you also took care of maybe not working yourself towards a creative or normal type of burnout. I know some people like a little bit more workload. They thrive under a lot of things to do, but in those kind of things, for me, it's always a little bit concerning to hear things like, I worked through my birthday because of this.
And I wanted to do that. The whole reason I
Yes.
wanted to do that was for the new guy who was joining us, who ended up
Yeah.
not joining us in the end. So I didn't say that with the intention of like getting empathy. I said that with the intention of, this is how much I believe in this game. I had fun
Yes.
doing it, and I produced good
I-
things from it. Yeah.
I absolutely see that, and I have taken this as such, but I would still like to put it into words that if it takes on an unsustainable dimension, I'm personally happy to adjust my expectations or my routine around Saturdays to enable you being long-term healthy or long-term happy to provide what you're wonderfully providing.
Thank you.
This is not that's not an active problem kind of a thing that I'm wanting to bring up. It's a passive, please keep an eye on it before it comes in an active problem kind of thing.
I appreciate it, and this is exactly why we do hiatus in the first place, is that when I don't have a book that's fully prepared, I take a month off in between books. I did that with Strength of Thousands. You can even ask Iron. During that month, you know, like I say certain things like, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, I hate that they do this, I'm going to change this, blah, 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 and then I get people, you know, like hyped up for when it actually comes back. And then we go into the next book, because Mazzali in Strength of Thousands book 4, that looked like it was going to be a major GM burnout moment, but the players were very supportive and said, like, you know, like, let's just do it. Let's just have fun with it. Don't see it as 64 influence points. See it as, you know, like, let's just have fun and talk to them.
Yeah.
So
I would like to reiterate, it's mainly a thing that it's not a warning sign, an acute one, but it's an indication that if things were to wobble at some point, these things might be a good thing to maybe let's take an additional week of hiatus if you do require it. So I would like to personally say I would be fine to accommodate if things were to slow down for you because of one reason or another. But if you're fine with that and happy with that, I won't stop you actively, so to say.
I appreciate it, and trust me, like Iron can attest to, if I need an extra week or I need some extra time, I'm not shy about asking at all.
Wonderful. That makes me perfectly happy with that, and yeah.
Definitely.
I was glad I could bring it up.
Good. I'm. This is why I have discussion. Definitely. In the server, ask Iron some things that I have done in the past, because he's seen my entire method when it comes not only to planning out the campaign, but knowing when to have breaks, and also what happens when certain things go in the campaign and whatnot, and how I handle things. Like you've been with me for I think 3 or 4 times now. Full campaigns.
Yeah.
Full campaigns.
And you know me, I like to reiterate that point, even if I know that you know, just because it... so such essential things should be put in word occasionally to, well, reaffirm that this isn't just an empty offer that potentially is on the table. No, it's like, hey, it is a real option. If you feel that things might go wobbly, you can take it. We won't be mad. Nobody will be mad. We will probably be glad that you're doing something for yourself. But I know that you know that, and it's just a reaffirmation, basically.
Yes. I appreciate deeply that you care about my health and well-being. I thank you, sir. Thank you. You've been one of the most considerate players I've ever had. And I mean that
thank
sincerely.
You very much. I'm trying my best.
I don't just say that arbitrarily, because Iron again can attest to it. I very direct with people. I say what I actually mean, and I not only deliver on my goals, but I say I'm very upfront with things. But thank you deeply. Like, having a player like you has been an absolute joy. Haha, joy! I did it. I brought it back.
Thank you very much, especially for the joke.
There you go.
Yeah. But that's my normal topic ticked off.
No sweat.
I guess I would probably just have a question on the Willow Imps. Like,
Sure. Yes. Where are they? Where did they go? Did they fuck off?
Yeah, I would say we'll be looking for them in the next book.
You'll find them in the next book. You'll find them in the next book. They're the last place you look.
Fish fair.
No, not fish fair. Not fish fair. I'll give you a single detail if you want. I'll tell you where you find them, but I don't think you want spoilers.
They're hiding in Slate's beard.
I was going to have Drixel hide in the beard. I will admit that.
Yeah. I'd vote for keep the surprise.
Okay.
I'll say keep the surprise.
So you're invested in the Willow-Imps again. Okay, I love that.
Yes.
I was half expecting them to have just left and abandoned the crazy psychic child because like there was some prophecy of, oh god, she's gonna doom us all. We have to flee. She's their problem now.
I mean, Kuzan, again, being very simple-minded, remembers that the Willow-Imps were the first people to feed him.
Yeah.
So he is invested in them now.
Okay. That's engagement. So, Crash, I want to tell you you're right, but it isn't Paula.
Well, I mean, you also said we find them, so they're not just gone because of that. So,
yeah, but you're so close onto something else. I don't want to spoil, but at the same time, it's just like, yeah.
The Willow-Imps parents have gone to college.
So I have a concern.
Yes, of course.
But I don't know if it's really a concern. It's more or less plot related.
That's fine. Bring it forward.
I thought about Kuzan doesn't always agree with everything we collectively decide on.
Yeah.
And more often than not, I've noticed that Kuzan finds himself at least partially agreeing with people who oppose the administration.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
you might find some friends next book.
Yeah, that's where my concern comes in, because I'm like, well, if Directive 9 becomes like really involved, I can't be sure who Kuzan would choose.
What if I told you will see graffiti of a certain administrator kissing a fish? That's not a spoiler, right?
That's very vague. So
another romance for Haria.
Oh no. But I mean, Kuzan is still, very Vesk at heart, even if he doesn't like, he isn't like this weird hyper nationalist or anything, but talking crap about the Vesk is gonna get you a dirty look from him every time.
Yeah, and there are going to be a lot of people talking dirty about the Vesks. You saw the news broadcast. You know what the Pact Word feels like. They said, like, you have no identity left. You've lost too many wars. You're not the conquerors you used to be. Or it started, saying that you were be. And Plustov is just not cooperating. Not Plustov. What was it? Polnus is just not cooperating. You heard what Paubert said when you're on the ship.
Oh yeah.
Leonidas said it too. Bramble is very subtle.
Start recording like words like this is a court case.
You do. Chucking records everything.
Well, I'm talking about me personally.
Oh, okay. You have the session recordings. You could go back anytime.
True.
But yeah, I'm thinking like there's a non-zero chance that he
Yeah.
might, let things slip to ice pick. Like,
Destroy the cats. Take court stenography course. I'm honored. Do you think my sessions are worth that? Especially when I record everything for you.
I'm not sure that I will actually do that because I have no idea why I would even get such a course at this point.
I gotta watch the video. I gotta watch the stream that was, I think, Tuesday or Monday.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Guild to the Grave Worlds? Thank you for bringing that up. They had fun. New players had fun. They were all over the place. We have an android renewed who is saying that he's an SRO, which I allowed because the thing is coming in October and everything. He's the medic, and oh my god, he crit on both the healing and the damage, and everyone's afraid of him.
Nice.
And we have 2 blue Skittermanders. It's weird. I thought it was going to be the old Skittermander group, but it's not.
I can't see the Skittermanders without just thinking like one of them is going to be a gremlin like Stitch.
You have an archaeologist and a Gap Touch Skittermander, and the Gap Touch Skittermander keeps making French jokes.
I was only able to watch like 30 minutes or so because I had to go. It was funny to watch.
Thank you. I have a lot more clips to get through. It's okay for me to be silent. I don't need to be talking every second.
Oh yeah, for the favorite NPCs bit. My favorites are
Oh no.
My favorites are the Xeno Wardens and Shax.
Oh, Shax? Okay. Love for Shax. I love it. Shax has been very helpful, hasn't he, guys? I've tried to make him, but he's angry. He's angry at Haria more than anything. He's not angry at you guys. He's just angry at Haria because she doesn't understand what his title is.
Yeah, it's mutual.
Oh god.
I enjoy having Haria be a little bit wrong or extremely wrong at times. I think there's so many chances in being wrong, especially being very much wrong.
I love being wrong as my envoy. Iron will attest to that. What did Ruby say? What did Ruby say about the everything? We finished Drift Crashers too. It's been a very cathartic month. We finished Spore Wars. Oh god.
My time during Spore Wars was weird. I feel like the breakout part when the fungus first started breaking out was weird because it's like, oh, we could just teleport. Wait, did the game not expect us to teleport?
No, they didn't, because I gave you 3 extra levels. I wanted you to do things that the book didn't anticipate.
I thought teleportation was at like 5th level, I think.
There's even an item in Spore War that literally gives you the ability to teleport that the Queen can give you. So it I don't know.
Orb.
Yes, the orb, yeah.
Trust me, we had the bearer of the orb. He became the greatest wizard of all time. We merely refer to him as holder of the orb.
He pondered the orb.
He is Orbholio.
Yep.
Does he need TP for his orb hole?
Well, you better be careful, or Kuzan will need it for his black dream hole.
Well, that took a turn. All right.
So this is it. The final 5 minutes. Have you no more plot concerns? Have you no things like I
was gonna say, I am concerned with the Vesk and the Swarm type of deal,
should
because
be.
like the Swarm is like because like how especially the Swarm seems like they're like close, like the Vesk are battling the Swarm, but it's like it's also seems like the Swarm is like very close by, so it seems like that should be like a issue that probably should rear its head soon, or at least we see some bits of the Swarm.
You will have the entirety of book 4 to answer that question. I guarantee you. It does get addressed and it does get taken care of.
Nice. Yeah, like I had just finished a Starfinder campaign where it was where you fight the Swarm. I forgot what the name of it was, but the entire campaign is just fighting the Swarm. I played like a Solarian. I played like a elemental Solarian. That was interesting.
Were you electricity or were you fire?
Electricity. Electricity, and then my background was Esper, so it was like telepathic.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Okay. Just seeing Solarian in play with Kuzan, and then like seeing it and play like from Starfinder 1, the difference is like surprising.
It is, and we're gonna get a lot more new stuff when you get that Solarian monastery. I'm gonna start giving him options.
Nice. No, I can't think of nothing.
That's okay. Even if it's silent, I need to give you the time.
Yeah. Oh, I did. So I did back the last arc book. The thing I put on was it Starfinder General?
Oh, nice. If you're willing to run it, I will play a potato.
I gotta think about it because I have not GM'd.
It would be really good because like once you GM, you could see Bramble play. Ask Iron exactly what happens.
I know it's gonna be goofy.
It is. Ruby was such a good character. I loved her. Three minutes left to discussion. Have I really satisfied everything?
I'm feeling a bit hungry.
I cannot feed you. I cannot. I would if I could.
You have to satisfy the hunger.
That's a Snickers.
Well, I will solve it a different way. I'm disappointed.
Yep. I'm sorry. I have limitations. I have boundaries. A couple of quid pro quos. The concern goes both ways. Don't burn out as players. I'll say that much. I do not want to see anyone here feel like they have stretched themselves too thin because of a game that I'm providing. If I'm being too intense with the sessions, make sure to tell me. You can always bring things forward in session or in the Discord. No DMs. No DMs. That's rule 1.
completely and utterly understood.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you respecting that boundary, because when something goes into a DM, it is not seen by the other people in the group, and if it is an answer to a question that everyone could potentially have, then I've got to do like copy paste, make sure everyone gets it, make sure everyone gets the exact same answer, because people in the past have said like, oh well, you said this in DMs, and it's just like, bleh.
Yeah, because like
have
somebody
been-
asks you something in like one day, then the next day you answer a different person. It's like two separate answers or two answers that's a little bit different.
Yeah. Some people take offense to it.
Yeah. I mean, I have been technical lead for a hobbyist thing a couple of years back, and it also was sadly on Discord, a lot of it, and I should have. I think the whole rule about, hey, let's keep things about this in the server and not in DMs, I should have had that rule back then, looking at it retrospectively, because, well, if it's very much focused on one topic, it's better to keep it towards the topic.
Yes. And I think it was the professional DM that we had here, whom I will not name and whatnot. It was about basically, like, why don't you have that rule if you're saying you're getting overwhelmed with the DMs? It makes sense to do that.
Yeah.
Well, children, I release you back into the wild, and come what may, I shall provide.
All right.
Thank you for
Your
discussion.
stream have a nice hiatus.
Thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.